Hello, Dr. Greg again with another video about sugar. And what I want to go through today is where sugar is hidden in the foods we eat. The bottom line is that any processed food you have, any processed food, probably has sugar in it. How much sugar depends upon a lot of factors. It actually depends upon two individuals. One's called a flavorist and another is a food engineer, which we're going to talk about in other videos. But I just wanted to go through this video just about 15, 14 items that you probably consume every day that has a surprisingly large amount of sugar. Now, the first one on my list is low-fat yogurt. Now, low-fat in general, when you say low-fat, it's almost guaranteed that the food, or whatever you want to call it, the processed food has a lot of sugar in it to make up for the fact that there's not a lot of fat in it, and fat actually makes things taste better. So the sugar can actually hide the fact that there's not a lot of fat in the low-fat food that you're consuming. So realize that low-fat, you're going to have lots of sugar in low-fat foods. The other thing that you may not be surprised that there's a lot of sugar in, it's called barbecue sauce. We all use barbecue sauce. The shocking thing about barbecue sauce is that 33% of the weight of barbecue sauce is sugar. 30%, a third of the barbecue sauce is sugar. So when you're using barbecue sauce, you're consuming lots of sugar. The other thing that you may not know, or you may know, is ketchup. Here's the thing, it's almost 1-to-1. 1 teaspoon of ketchup, which is not that much, has a teaspoon of sugar in it. 1 teaspoon has a teaspoon of sugar in ketchup. So every time you have that bite into the ketchup with a French fry, you're putting sugar in your mouth, every time. Now the other thing is fruit juice. Fruit juice has a lot of vitamins and minerals because it's from whole fruit supposedly, but you're grinding it down and you're not getting the fiber from fruit. Now, the sugar in fruit juices has as much sugar as a bottle of Coke. So you're really not gaining anything from drinking fruit juices. Yes, if you grind it up, but or like you squeeze an orange, but make sure it's just 1 orange, not like 10 oranges, because that sugar just goes right into your system like a can of Coke. Here's another surprising one, spaghetti sauce. Spaghetti sauce, depending upon the brand, has lots of sugar in it. And it can have almost as much sugar as ketchup has, 1 teaspoon per 1 teaspoon. So spaghetti sauce, be careful. The thing is, make your own, but if you can't, check the label out. Now, this is not surprising really, sports drinks. Sports drinks has a lot of sugar. In 20 ounces, a typical bottle of sports drinks has about, almost 10 teaspoons of sugar. That's a lot of sugar to be drinking. And that's in addition to what you think you're eating sugar, like a cookie or a candy bar or something. The other one is not surprising either, chocolate milk. Well, the cocoa that makes the milk chocolate has a lot of sugar in it. And it has about 3 teaspoons of sugar in 8 ounces of chocolate milk. Again, you're drinking sugar. Granola. Now, granola you think is healthy, right? Well, granola is made with oats. It's also made with, honey or whatever, all these other kinds of things. And also dried fruit has a high amount of sugar. So typically, granola can contain between 5 and 7 teaspoons of sugar per serving. Again, you're putting sugar right into your mouth. Here's another one that's flavored coffee. Now, we all love our flavored coffees. Not all of us, but a lot of us do. Flavored coffees can have a large amount of sugar in a large cup, as much as 11 teaspoons, if not more. So you're getting that coffee drink, and you're getting a ton of sugar with that drink. Now, another one is, you're not surprised, I don't think, is iced tea. But here's the interesting thing about you're drinking iced tea, you're getting as much sugar as a bottle of Coke. There's as much sugar in it as that. Again, protein bars. Protein bars sound great, right? They're healthy, whatever. Protein bars has as much sugar, not all of them, but a lot of them, as much sugar as a candy bar. So you might as well eat the candy bar. Vitamin water. You've heard vitamin water is great. It has minerals and vitamins in it. it also has sugar in it. Not all of them, but a lot of them. You have to make sure that they don't have sugar in it. They have as much sugar in it as a bottle of Coke. Pre-made soups, you know, the canned soups you buy in the grocery store, there's a lot of sugar in them too. You need to check them out to see where sugar lies on the list. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Breakfast cereal makes sense. Breakfast cereal has a lot of sugar in it. It actually has 3 teaspoons of sugar per small serving. Now, if you have kids, you're feeding them sugar. It's just sugar. Cereal bars are the same thing. You know, the cereal bars to eat on the go. A cup of flavored coffee and a cereal bar, you're getting a ton of sugar. And sugar that you're not even realize you're getting. Canned fruit is another thing. Canned fruit, a lot of canned fruits are put in syrup. Sugar. Now, I'm sure you're not surprised with this. Canned baked beans. Canned baked beans can taste, a serving can have as much as 5 teaspoons of sugar in it. It's a lot of sugar to be eating, thinking that you're not eating sugar. So those are just basic items that we eat generally every day, or we can have every day. So these are things you're eating that you think, oh, I'm not eating a lot of sugar. But then again, you realize, holy cow, I'm eating a lot of sugar, not just a little bit of sugar. That little piece of candy I had, that dark chocolate for the treat I had, but all the other things I ate, the vitamin water, the protein bar, this, that, and the other thing, I am eating a ton of sugar. Now, this is what's important about this. When you're looking at the ingredients of a product you're consuming, the highest concentration of an ingredient is always first. Now, here's the trick. Sugar can be listed third on the list, but then as you go down, you see dextrose and maltose or cellulose. All those kind of things are sugars. So the sugar in there can be as high as the second or the third or even the first ingredient. And you're not even aware of it, especially with ketchup. Ketchup in spaghetti is like crazy that there's that much sugar in those things. You expect it in barbecue sauce, but not 33%. So what we need to do is be very careful about what types of processed foods we're consuming. I generally recommend don't consume any processed foods. After 2 to 3 weeks of not having processed foods, your sugar cravings are going to start going down. So here's a tip. There are certain fruits that are low in sugar or low in glycemic properties than other fruits. Some of the fruits that are really good for you, that would actually circumvent your desire to have sugar, is as simple as blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries, or any stone fruit. And when I mean stone fruit, there's a pit inside. Peaches, plums, cherries with pits. Even grapes with pits are better for you than having that vitamin water drink. So that's the other tip. If you're having a craving, go for a peach, go for a plum, go for a cherry, go for blueberries or blackberries. They can make all the difference for you. To have that type of fruit, you have about 5 seconds to make the decision before you reach for that protein bar or that ketchup or that vitamin water. So this is Dr. Greg, changing the way we look at health.